all three Savvy bros, Rich, Wally, Nico, we're all touching Aspinall because I just think he's going to be too much. He is the best heavyweight in the world. He's the baddest man on the planet. He's going to prove to everybody why Jones ran to retirement, baby. So we're touching Aspinall. I'm sorry, Gane, you have a shot, but we're all saying Tom does it in Abu Dhabi. What's up, fight fans? Welcome back to the MMA Savvy Podcast. It's your favorite host, Weiss, and today we'll be discussing UFC Fight Night, DeRitter vs. Allen that went down Saturday night in Vancouver. Then we'll deep dive the middleweight division and analyze what's next for Allen and middleweight champ Chamaya. Then we'll also preview UFC 321 Aspinall vs. Gane that goes down Saturday night in Abu Dhabi. In standard Savvy fashion, we'll go through the card, analyze all the big fights, and drop our official MMA Savvy fight picks. So with that, let's go straight to the card and get rolling. Okay, baby, UFC Fight Night, DeRitter vs. Allen. Of course, we all know it was supposed to be DeRitter Hernandez. Hernandez got hurt. Allen steps in. I thought this was going to be an amazing fight because they both have grappling. They both have decent hands. And I thought it would be an amazing chess match and potentially a title shot around the corner for RDR with a big win. Let's check this out. So number 4, Rainier DeRitter versus number 9 middleweight in the world, Brendan Allen, who stepped in. And man, what the hell happened here? Where was DeRitter? Did he have a bad weight cut? What happened here? We're all shocked. I haven't seen someone gas like that in a long time. Is Allen just that good? But it seemed something happened with DeRitter. Was he sick? Was it a bad weight cut? So let's get into the fight. In the first round, RDR looked great. Shockingly, he goes for a takedown right away. And I thought maybe he should stand and trade a little bit, even though Allen probably has better hands. You would imagine DeRitter would still try some knees, use his length, use his size, because since Allen's so great on the ground, why rush that? But anyway, DeRitter, round 1, gets the takedown. He had top position. It looked like Allen was in big trouble. Richie and I were both riding high with the RDR pick. Nico in trouble with Allen. And then round 2, more of the same. RDR takes him down, but Allen's able to reverse him. And all of a sudden, he's on top the rest of the round. DeRitter, after round 2, doesn't look like the same guy. We were all shocked. He's gassed. What the hell's going on? And then round 3, same thing. DeRitter gets a takedown, but then Allen reverses again, ground and pound. He's really just mopping the floor with the guy all of a sudden. Shocking that Allen steps up like this. What an unbelievable performance. And then it looked like at the end of round 3, though, RDR wasn't even almost able to continue. He couldn't even stand up. We were all like, what is going on here? He just went 5 rounds with Whitaker. Yes, a lot was stand up, but he didn't look like he gassed at all. I mean, maybe he got a little tired in some of the rounds. But anyway, round 4, same thing. Allen easily picks him up. He was manhandling DeRitter, who we thought was going to be able to deal with Chimaev. That's a joke now. Was DeRitter sick? Was it a bad weight cut? What happened here? And then literally at the end, I haven't seen this maybe in 10 plus years, a guy just gas out like that. And then after round 4, another beatdown round, they threw the towel in. What the hell happened? So Allen now, he's going to be the number 4 guy in the world. RDR, his whole run, his whole meteoric rise is stymied. He might just be completely just sort of shut out. Unless they come out later, I feel like there's going to be a big story later, something like, well, he had the flu, or, he got really sick from the weight cut. It just didn't look like the same guy after the second round. So just like we always like to do, we check out the division. What is next for Allen? Let's check out the middleweight division here, baby. You still got Chimaev sitting there at the top. Now he needs to be booked against Imavov. Enough waiting. They were waiting to see when it was supposed to be Hernandez versus DeRitter. Now that being over, obviously, and Allen, the one to shock the world. Allen's going to move to number 4. So it's like book Chimaev versus Imavov already. Now what I kind of like with Allen getting to number 4, why not do Duplessis Allen? Strickland's still suspended. Izzy seems to be waiting. I like Strickland Izzy because they had that beef. I know Izzy wants to run that back. I don't know when Hernandez is going to be healthy again, but maybe now you have a Bajallo Hernandez, something like that. So there's a lot of great matchups that you can see, but book Chimaev, for the love of God. How many months do we need to wait? Richie's been saying all these champs are sitting there. Toporia's sitting there. Chimaev's sitting there. It's like, book these guys now. With that fight out of the way, it's got to be the Imavov fight. The only other guy that we need to look at here is my boy Pyfer at 15. Watch out. He might be coming up the ranks and maybe get a sliding Cannonier for his final fight or something like that, or a sliding Dolidze, or maybe a Costa. There's a lot of intriguing matchups here, so I hope you love these deep dives, baby. But Alan, I think he gets Duplessis. I think he gets a Strickland fight, something like that, while Chimaev fights Imavov. All right, so what we're also going to do really quickly is look at the heavyweight division, because this card that we're about to analyze is chock full of heavyweight contenders, baby. So we got Aspinall at the top as champ, obviously. He's booked against Gane, that's finally in Abu Dhabi this weekend. And then you got Almeida at number 5 versus Volkov at number 2. Finally, some action. It got so stale waiting for John Jones, and then nothing happened. So we finally got unbelievable matchups. This is going to give us a lot of answers. So I just wanted to show this view here. So now when we segue to Aspinall Gane, UFC 321, let's go. This is going to be massive. Abu Dhabi, yes, 11 a.m. Pacific start, Richie boy. I know you're pissed about it, but I'll take the day card, baby. So this could be card of the year. I mean, that Pereira Ankalaev card was pretty great, but this is chock full of unbelievable fights. We're not going to give all of our picks here. Myself and my co-host, we drop our picks on Instagram Friday, so look for Richie Boy MMA and MMA Savvy on Instagram for the full fight picks. But what we're going to at least do is let's go through those two heavyweight fights. Volkov at number 2 in the world. Almeida at number 5 in the world. Okay, let's look at the records here. You got Volkov at 38-11. Almeida at 22-3. Let's check out what Volkov has done. If you look at his history recently, so he beats Romanov, he beats Tuivasa, he beats Pavlovich in shocking fashion and puts him right up there to only lose a very close split decision versus Gane. And a lot of people thought Volkov won that fight, including myself and my boy Dana, and that put him in great position. And now if you look at Almeida, he was on that crazy run, beating Rosenstrike, beating Lewis, then losing to Blades when he was up. And then Blades had that unbelievable come from behind victory. Then he resets himself and beats Romanov, and he beats Spivak, and he's back in action for a big, massive, monumental fight. Let's look at the odds here. Almeida is a minus 240. Volkov, the plus 195. Nico taking Almeida. Richie taking Almeida. But Wally's going to shock the world, and I'm touching Volkov because I don't trust Almeida. Volkov has been too hot recently, and he got robbed on that Gane fight. He's going to weather the storm. He's going to stifle the wrestling of Almeida, just like Blades did. And then when Almeida gets a little bit tired, Volkov's going to pressure him. Volkov's going to pepper him with the big shots and maybe get a stoppage once Almeida gasses by round 2 or round 3, baby. I'm calling it here right now. And then let's go to the main event. Champ Aspinall, heavyweight title of the world versus number 1 contender in the world, Cyril Gane. Let's look at the records here, baby. Aspinall 15-3, Cyril Gane 13-2. Let's look at what the champ has done. I mean, what a run here, right? He beats Volkov. Then he has an injury against Blades, as we all remember, but then comes back to beat Tybura, beats Pavlovich, and then gets revenge on Blades, even though it might have been a little bit of a premature stoppage. And then, of course, he was supposed to fight Jones. Jones retires, relinquishes the belt. Aspinall becomes the champ. Now let's look at Gane. What a run he's had, right? So he loses to Francis for the belt, but then he comes back and beats Tuivasa to then lose to Jones. But then since then, he beats Spivak in dominating fashion and then gets the close split decision victory against Volkov, although I don't know about that one, but he is there. He is the number 1 contender. I do love the fight. If we look at the odds here, man, Aspinall is a minus 400. So this is going to be really tough to take Gane. The one thing I will say about Gane, though, is he has the striking to contend with Aspinall. This is going to be a much closer fight than Vegas is saying. If they're on the feet, he's got all the chances in the world. But where I think Aspinall going to be superior is if he goes into the grappling. We saw what Jones did to Gane when he really wanted to grapple, right? And even Ngannou was able to grapple him. So I think Aspinall, if he's not winning on the feet, he doesn't get a quick stoppage. He's got to be smart enough. He's got to use his jiu-jitsu, use his wrestling, and then he gets the win. But I do think it's going to be a very closely contested, amazing, high-end, heavyweight premier fight. But all three savvy bros, Rich, Wally, Nico, we're all touching Aspinall because I just think he's going to be too much. He is the best heavyweight in the world. He's the baddest man on the planet. He's going to prove to everybody why Jones ran to retirement, baby. So we're touching Aspinall. I'm sorry, Gane, you have a shot, but we're all saying Tom does it in Abu Dhabi. Okay, that's it for this week. Thank you for listening to the MMA Savvy Podcast, the world's top place for MMA content. If you love these weekly episodes, make sure to hit subscribe. And if you're a real MMA enthusiast, check out the old MMA Savvy videos on our page. You might see some UFC legends pop up, such as Nick Diaz, Ronda Rousey, and John Jones. The old channel has been revived, and we couldn't be more excited. So please follow, subscribe, comment, like, share, and blast on all of our social channels. We're blasting hard in the talk, and we're heavy on the gram, and we're going crazy on the tube. That's at MMA Savvy. And make sure to comment and challenge our takes if you have disagreements. We love the comments and interactions with the fans. So with that, stay savvy, fight fans.